to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith and I make videos about traveling and lifestyle. If you're new here, I kindly request you to subscribe and press notification button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Yes, so in today's video we are going to look at the general entry requirements for Serbia, like what you need to have, and there are things you need to know when you're traveling to Serbia. Getting a visa only is not enough. There's some things you need to have. There's some things you need to know. So I've been getting questions from most of you asking me how much am I supposed to have, how much minimal balance am I supposed to have on my account. So we are going to look at all that and other things. So guys, let's jump into the general requirements of entering Serbia. So when entering the Republic of Serbia, it's useful to know the rules that apply to all visitors, irrespective of if you have the visa or if you needed a visa to enter Serbia or not. So guys, these are general entry requirements. A valid travel document or a valid identity card, if so provided for under a bilateral agreement or by a decision of the government of the Republic of Serbia. For example, you must have a valid passport. It must be valid, it should not be expired, or you must have a card. So general requirement number 2 is the valid visa. The valid visa in the passport, if a Serbia visa is required for the passport holder of the respective country. For example, when I was coming here, when I reached the immigration, I had to present my visa issued. You understand? I can't show it, but you must have a visa. You must have a visa in your passport. When you have a visa in your passport, and then they will put for you an entry stamp. This was my entry stamp. So guys, another requirement is the proof of funds of staying in Serbia. Sufficient funds are considered to be 50 euros per day of stay, provided by possession of the appropriate amount of cash or a bank statement. This means that let's say you're coming as a tourist, you must show proof of funds, meaning that every day you have to spend $50 per day. Like if you're going to spend here like 30 days, so we must multiply 50 times 30 days. How much is that? You understand, guys? So those of you who have been asking me how much is the minimum amount I must to have for Serbia, the minimum you can spend per day is $50. So if you're going to spend here like 10 days, 20 days, 15 days, you get the $50 times, let's say 30 days you're going to spend in Serbia, times 30 days, which is 1,500 euro or euros. I hope I'm clear at that. So another you can have this either in cash or you can have it presented or on your bank statement. I hope I'm clear with that. And so another requirement is certificate of vaccination or a note that he or she has not contracted a contagious disease despite coming from an area affected by pandemic as defined by the information of Ministry of Health. For example, when I was traveling to Serbia, I had to present my COVID vaccinated card. I know COVID is no more, but I had to present it just in case they ask for it. But I had it. I had it with me. I had my COVID certificate, which is this, and I presented it. Do you understand? Another requirement, guys, the consents. Like for minors, a foreign citizen, parental consent is not required to enter the Republic of Serbia. In order to cross the state border, a minor, a citizen of the Republic of Serbia up to the age of 16, when traveling alone or accompanied by another person who is not his parent or a legal representative, must have a certified consent of both parents if they jointly exercise parental rights or legal representative. This means that there are two issues. For if you're coming from wherever, let's say South Africa, and you're not a Serbian and you're traveling with a child below 16 years or 16 years, having a consent of the parent is not so important. It's not actually required. But if you're traveling with a child who is a citizen of Serbia and you're crossing the borders, like if I'm crossing the borders going out of Serbia, I must, and I'm not that person is not a parent of that child, you must to have a certified consent of both parents, meaning that if both parents will sign and take it to the local authorities to be certified. Yeah, to add on it, like if let's say you're a sports teacher or you're traveling in a group or going to travel, visit some places in other countries, and you're not one of the parent, that child will not allow to go out of the country or to cross the border unless if you have the consent letter or approval from both parents that they've allowed you to travel with that child or to cross the border. Hope I'm clear with that, guys. So another requirement is the health insurance. You're recommended to have a health insurance. Like when you reach the immigration borders, you have to present it. It's recommended to have a health insurance for the period of stay in Serbia, covering possible medical costs to the amount of not less than 20,000 euros. So guys, before when you get your visa, you must have your insurance. You must present it. So guys, entry to the Republic of Serbia, even when you have the visa, can be denied. So these are some of the reasons why you might be denied an entry to enter Serbia even if you have the visa. One of it is if he or she does not have a valid travel document or duly obtained visa for the Republic of Serbia, if so required. If you travel and reach the immigration office and you don't have your travel document with a valid visa, entry shall be denied automatically. If he or she does not have sufficient funds to sustain him or herself during the period of stay in the Republic of Serbia to return to his or her country of origin or transit into the third country. Sufficient funds are considered to be 50 euros per day, proved by possession of appropriate amount of cash or a bank statement. So when you reach the immigration and you're here for tourist purposes, you have to of course show your proof of funds. It is said per day you have to have $50 or euros, and how many days you're going to spend, so you multiply. So another reason, if he or she is in transit but does not meet the requirements to enter the third country. So guys, another reason why you might be denied an entry, if he or she does not have a certificate of vaccination or other proof of good health when arriving from areas that are affected by a pandemic of infectious disease as determined according to the information provided by Ministry of Health. So guys, if you're, for example, I'll use an example. If you're coming from a country that is having some pandemic disease and it is highly contagious, you might be denied an entry unless if you prove that you've been vaccinated or you're disease free and you don't have that disease. For example, countries that have Ebola or those contagious disease, and because World Health Organization updates the whole world about such pandemic such pandemic diseases. So if you come from such an area, you might be denied an entry unless if you prove that you're vaccinated or you're disease free. So guys, another reason you might be denied an entry is that if he or she has an international criminal record and you're on a wanted list. So once they get to know that you are that wanted person on the list, you will be automatically denied an entry. So guys, another reason that you might be denied an entry is that if there is a reasonable doubt that he or she will use the intended visit for the purpose other than those declared. It means that if let's say you got the visa for tourist, but your intentions are working and you can't work with the tourist visa, then your intentions of stay are totally different. That means you might be denied an entry. Yeah, so guys, that's it with today's video. I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I'll come and talk about them. So guys, just to remind you, when you've gotten your visa, get everything prepared, whether from the entry of your first country to every stop, whatever. You have to print all your documents. Have your passport, print all your documents, your invitation, your flight ticket copy, your bank statement, have it with you. For those of you coming with tourist visa, have your insurance. Be smart, have everything, because once you reach the immigration, you have to present to them. So guys, that's it with today's video. Thank you for watching. India, bye. See you in my next video. Ciao.